I look at him and I go, yeah, you know, that's a good idea. He goes, Ron, it's better than that. Service is a two-way street. I said, yeah. He goes, last night I gave her great service on the phone. I said, yeah. He goes, tonight we're going home. I said, good idea, man. Wow. It's a tactic. It's called under promise. Promise less than you know that you can deliver. Sometimes it's a tactic. You can't use it all the time, but after you under promise, you're in position to do what? Over deliver. It's a tactic. There's also a strategy. I don't have time to cover it today, but it's in the tapes. Let's go to the next page. Everything I'm talking about so far is what happens when service goes right. Does service always go right? No, sometimes it goes wrong. What do you do then? Let's take a look. Let's say we take you and we send you off to a foreign country. We're going to ask you to run the local office in Bangkok, Thailand. We'll get you a nice condominium. We're going to get you a good office, but there's some things that you have to do for yourself, like open your checking account. So you look across the street, you see two banks side by side, right next to each other. Does that happen? It does, right? Branch banking, right? So you remember Ron Kaufman's session. You go, I'm going to go to the bank that has a better checking account product. Minimum balance, number of checks, per month charge, interest on the balance in the checking account, overdraft charge. It turns out they're exactly the same. Does that happen? Sure does. So you decide, fine, I'm going to go to the bank that's got better delivery systems. Who's got more branches? Who's got more ATMs? Who's got 24-hour support on the phone? It turns out they're exactly the same. And you know what? You can't judge based upon service mindset when you're going to open an account. Because when you go to open an account, everybody's nice to you. So you flip a coin. Okay, you go to the one on the right. You walk in, you fill out the paperwork. 2 weeks later, you go home, you open up the mailbox, and inside is a letter, a package from the bank. What's inside? Your checks. They spell your name correctly. You use the checks. You pay your bills. You give checks to people you owe money to. At the end of the month, you get your checking account statement. Everything is accurate. Your loyalty to that bank goes which way? Up or down? How high? Come on, show me with your fingers, everybody. Ready? How high?
Yeah, I like a bit.
Why? Because you've now got your checking account. Write it down. Now, you've been there for 2 months. Every time you use your credit card from your local Malaysian bank, will they accept that credit card in Thailand? Yes or no? Yes. That's the whole point of having Visa and MasterCard. So you go ahead, you use your credit card from your Malaysian, and your Malaysian bank will do you a wonderful favor. Every month, they will take all the charging that you do in Thai baht, and they will convert it over to Malaysian ringgit. Do you ever notice on the statement that they never really show you, right, the rate of exchange? Ever wonder why? Well, after you've been there for 3 months in Thailand, you pull out the calculator one day and go, tuk, 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 whoa. And you realize why they don't show you the rate of exchange, because they're making money. Now, if you're going to be in Thailand for 3 years, you figure it's time to get yourself a credit card in the local currency. Which bank will you go to? Will you go back to the same bank? Yeah, because you've got some loyalty here, right? But if the other bank had a credit card with a lower annual fee or a lower interest amount on your outstanding balance, would you switch? Might. So you check them out. They're exactly the same. So you've already got some loyalty to this bank, so you go back. You fill out the paperwork. 2 weeks later, you come home. You open up the mailbox. There's a little package from the bank. You open it up. What's inside? Your credit card. You start to use the card. People accept the card. You get your monthly statement. Everything is accurate. Your loyalty to the bank goes which way? Up or down? How high? Show me with your fingers. Yeah, a little bit more. You've now got the card. Now you've been in Bangkok for 5 months, and you're sick and tired of taxis in Bangkok because sometimes the air conditioning doesn't work and you're stuck in traffic. And sometimes the taxi driver insists upon playing the radio and the speaker is broken and you can't stand it. And one day you get in the taxi and you can see the road running along underneath the floorboard. Ah! You decide it's time to buy a car. You go out shopping. You pick for yourself a brand new BMW 700 series with a sunroof, 6 speakers on the inside, a 40 CD changer in the boot. You have them customize it. Take out the back seat, put in a small jacuzzi. But to buy this incredible car, you need a car loan. Which bank do you go to for the car loan? Same bank. In fact, by now, you're starting to call it my bank. What do you call your bank? My bank. You know what? In Thailand, they don't say that. So your staff says to you, where are you going? You say, I'm going down to my bank. They go, oh, you own the bank? Well, no, it's just what we call. You fill out the paperwork. They give you the loan. You get the car. You're driving your new car. Your loyalty to the bank goes which way, up or down? Up. How high? More. You've got the car. When you opened up your checking account, how many people do you tell about your brand new checking account? Anybody? No. When you get yourself a new credit card, how many people do you tell about your new credit card? Anybody? Can you imagine if you walked into the office and said, look at that, got myself a credit card. You know what they'd say? Oh, is that your first one? No, you keep it to yourself. What about when you buy a brand new BMW 700 series, 6 speakers, 40 CD changer in the boot, and a jacuzzi in the back seat? How many people do you tell about your brand new car? Everybody. How many people do you tell about your car loan? Nobody. You walk around saying things like, paid cash.